This may sound at first, like I said before, like a negative message, like, oh yeah, you want to do stuff for clout, you want to do whatever. Dude, post all the shit you want to post. I could care less.
Then back it up.
Right, if you're process
Absolutely.
if you're process driven, what we're saying is you don't need that external gratification because you know internally you're doing what you need to be doing, and that's where you hang your hat on. So you have two different types. You have the results driven that needs that that needs that external gratification, that needs that, and that's where they hang their hat. And then you got the process driven kids or people that don't need any of that because internally is really what they care about. Like when they look in the mirror, are they doing everything they can possibly do to get to what, to who they need to become? And I think I think in our experience training athletes, I can't think of too many kids, and I've really tried over the past week, that I saw that were results driven and in the long term had success. We've coached a few kids that in the short term were monsters. They were top on the perfect game list and all this other stuff. But in the long term, it never worked out. And when you look back at it, you're like, they were so focused on the Instagram, on the rankings, on all this stuff that,
teams they could play for.
And then once the going got tough, and once people started getting as good as they got, we never heard from them again. And that's what I think's funny about Little League. To the Dominican Republic talk. How many Little League World Series have the Dominican Republic won? I don't even know if they have a Little League. Like, are they even in it? But America wins it every goddamn year, right? Or and is one of the best every year. And all of a sudden, they grow up, and none of those Little League kids outside of the Bellingers and the Fraziers ever make it. And the minor leagues are 70%, Latino. How is that possible? It's possible because in America, we're caring about the trophies and the recognition, the external results. And down there, they're caring about being really good at baseball.
Yeah.
They
had one baseball. How many kids hit?
Right.
They had one baseball.
Yeah.
Just hit all day.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's so tough to blame the kids for that.
No, right, Howie. Yep.
It literally comes from top down. Like I haven't met I've met maybe two Little League coaches in my life who've actually been there for the kids, just having a good time, and the rest of them, the 99% of them, are there for themselves, trying to win a game, keeping stats for themselves, keeping stats of their record, keeping stats. Oh, this is my 100th career Little League win. Congrats, Coach Davis. That's awesome. Ridiculous.
That's unbelievable.
But seriously, I mean, that's what I feel about every time. Literally I think there was a great quote that one of the Little League coaches had a few years ago. He was on the mound with one of the pitchers. He said something like, "Hey man, we're just here to have fun. Just do your thing." It was awesome. He was on the mic. He was really cool. And then the next inning they had the coach they were playing against, and he was like, "Come on, Johnny, you gotta focus up. You gotta win this one for the team." And also dude, you're putting so much pressure on the kid. It's just 99% of them. That's how I feel.